One agent responded and said, mine hasn't gone under contract, but because of y'all's feedback, we did a $45,000 price reduction.
Wow.
How do I want to end this relationship? How do I want to be talked about?
Yeah, how do you want people to remember you?
That agent is going to go to their new company and they're going to talk about you.
Yeah.
What do you want them to say?
You are a team with everyone in the industry. We're all working together to accomplish the same goal.
I think what it showed me was the amount of people that reach out to me on a personal level.
Yeah.
People were not only obsessed with this post, but they were private messaging me. I can only imagine his private messages.
Right.
It was just a very eye-opening experience, and it let me know that we're not sharing enough of the good because people are starving for it. Real estate is hard no matter what. So it's just going to be a lot better if you're nice.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly.
We're Alissa and Katy, two active realtors in the Baton Rouge market. We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths.
Hi, Alissa.
Hey, Katy.
Welcome to episode 360, Community Stories.
Yeah, some good community over competition.
That's right. We've even set the mood with this lovely candle here.
We did.
Hopefully it smells good.
It smells better.
Smells better than it did. Okay, so how do you want to do this? Are you just going to tell us a sweet story and we'll all smile and nod?
I just feel like things have been very tense out there.
Market's tough.
The market, I mean, things are happening, but everything feels hard. Agents are really clinging to deals. Claws can come out at times.
A lot of our recent episodes have been kind of
down or
finger pointy.
Or like,
just like
we felt like we needed a little happy boost.
An uplifting vibe.
An uplifting vibe to remind you that being a jerk isn't going to make anything better.
No.
Okay. And that just because the market is down and your friend gets a listing, you were never going to get that listing anyway.
No.
So we can just be happy for our friend.
Yeah.
And we need to just remember to focus on ourselves.
Yeah.
And not compare ourselves. Be happy for our friends. And I do have some good, feel-good stories as well.
I love it.
So,
it's the end of June. We're deep in the summer.
Yep.
Maybe you've gone on a vacation. Maybe you just got a nice screensaver with the beach on it.
That's me.
I love it. Okay, well, that's what we're going to focus on. Waves, happy sounds, big sub sandwich. I don't know, something positive. All right, hit me with a story. Where do you want to start?
Jump right in.
I mean, what else do you want me to say? I think that, ironically, we have a previous episode called Community Over Competition.
Yep.
It is the basis of the show.
Yeah.
And I would say one of our favorite sayings or mantras, whatever you want to call it. And it has terrible download numbers.
It does, which really surprised me because we recorded it a long time ago. Do you remember which one it was?
No.
I'm gonna find it.
You look it up.
But I remember it was like I remembered recording it thinking this episode is going to be listened to so much. And that's where, we have been recording Hustle Humbly since 2019. This is episode 360. And sometimes things just get lost in the mix.
Well, and I think it's a good time to remember what you focus on grows. So maybe that is not top of mind when you're having a rough time. I don't care about community over competition. I don't want to hear happy stories. I just want everyone to be miserable with me, right? We've done plenty enough episodes of shoot, things are bad.
Yeah.
This is what's going on. But today we're just going to bring ourselves up a level.
Episode 36.
That's how old it is?
That's how old it was.
Wow.
That was the original community over competition episode.
Oh my gosh.
So long
crazy.
ago. And I also think episode 129
Oh, that's the co-op.
Is how to be a good co-op agent, be the agent that people want to work with.
Yes.
Y'all, I am telling you, in multiple offer situations, your reputation is one of the best tools you can have.
Yeah, or even when you're the only offer and maybe you need a longer closing or maybe you got to ask for an occupancy favor. Maybe something's going on. If people like you, you're much more inclined to get them to help you.
Yeah.
You know, you get more flies with honey. Community members, don't forget to add yourself to the referral list.
We are seeing so many referrals happening in the group and don't want y'all to miss out on this community benefit.
We have 49 states plus Canada covered.
Need someone in Hawaii.
Check your monthly newsletter for the referral list link.
If you aren't in community, we'd love to have you, especially if you're in Hawaii.
Join us at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership.
I feel like as the market has been a little tougher this year, I have gone back to more personal reach outs and things like that.
Yes.
For example, I had a listing that was sitting and there were a lot of listings around it that were sitting. So I did the whole agent tour thing. But instead of inviting and trying to get as many people there as possible and getting title companies to sponsor food that nobody comes and eats and spend all this money, I emailed the 5 agents around me.
Okay.
And said, hey, I have a house in the neighborhood. You have a house in the neighborhood. I know nobody wants to try to plan a big all-day agent tour lunch. How would y'all feel about speed dating each other's listings? We can go in together. We will spend max 8 minutes per house.
Yeah.
Hopefully 5. And whoever's listing it is, they just open their notes and type as many of our recommendations as we can give. Like as many. And it's funny because the 5 people around me, I knew one of them.
Okay.
Personally. One of them I had emailed with a bunch and she's been in the industry a very long time, but I was like, I don't think I've ever actually met her.
Okay.
And then the other 3 I had never met, didn't know.
Okay.
They all responded, yes, please, let's do this. And we just picked a date.
Love it.
And we took about 2 hours, less than that really. And we just went into all of each other's listings.
Yep.
And we ended up riding in each other's cars, and that was fun. And then afterwards, we went to lunch.
Okay.
And I just had the best time. And I was like, I've met all these people who I didn't know before from all different companies. Their stories of how they got into real estate, how the market is doing for them.
Yeah.
It was also, I got so much valuable information for my seller.
Yeah.
Because I said, listen, I toured all the homes and this is where we are falling short. This is the feedback I got from the agents that came to the house today.
Right.
And also I could say, this house has had this many showings because we just sat there and
you chatted about them.
Yes. Like, tell us, this is your house. How many showings have you had? What has your feedback been? But it was so valuable. It cost us no money.
Right.
We weren't entertaining anybody. We were literally there to just get what we needed.
Yeah. And it was very win-win.
Yes.
Everyone got something. Okay. How long ago was that?
That was in March.
Okay. Perfect. Because you and I have done the same thing before.
Yeah.
Before the podcast even started. So 8 years ago.
Long time ago.
It was similar. We picked people with listings near each other in a certain area of town. I think there were 6 of us. We met for lunch first and then went on. We didn't know everyone. Then we went to each house 10 minutes or less, same operation. And I'm reliving it again because I just had an agent in Florida in my DMs asking for me to explain this again because they were setting one up at their office.
Oh, how cute.
And I'm like, okay. Most importantly, it wasn't just people in the office. It's more important that it's people with listings that are near and similar.
Yeah.
So that you're comparing your competition, but you're also like, you can't just go, okay, well, we'll get 6 agents from all over town with 6 totally different listings.
No, that won't
I don't think that works as well.
That would take all day.
And it doesn't, it would work in parts because you'd get feedback on your listing,
Yeah.
but it would take away the piece where you're seeing the competition.
I basically set up a search
Mhm.
around my listing.
Okay.
And then I narrowed down by price and size. And I just kept narrowing it down until I got to like 10 listings.
Okay.
Then I went through the photos. And if it was somewhat comparable to mine, I added it to the list because I wanted to compare. And then if you can't find that many, you can branch out a little bit, like maybe the same zip code that is the same price.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Mr. Seller, I toured all these houses within the zip code that are for sale. Anybody looking at yours is also probably looking at theirs.
Right.
And you know what's been so fun? We have been keeping up with each other. Some are still lingering.
Okay.
And then some have resolved and worked out. But it's just been so fun to see that we have this like group
like on a group email?
Yeah,
Okay, I love it.
It's the group email that we scheduled this with. It's like, hey guys, I just got mine under contract. How are y'all doing? And then one agent responded and said, mine hasn't gone under contract, but because of y'all's feedback, we did a $45,000 price reduction.
Wow.
So it's just been so cute to see how we're all just communicating, checking on each other, encouraging each other. And I didn't even know these people before.
Right. I love it. It's a
cute.
really handy, and your sellers will like it.
They did a lot.
So it's very nice. All right. And people might be thinking, if I reach out to strangers, they're not going to respond to me. That's just not true.
No.
And I will tell you how I also know that's not true. I recently had buyers who are still looking, who have very specific needs, and they couldn't find what they wanted. So I went into the MLS and I found agents in the last year who had listed what they needed. Okay. And added a couple of agents I knew who worked that price range, who were more commonly listing that price range.
Yeah.
Okay. And I sent everyone, I think there was like 10 or 12 agents. I sent them an email that said, hey, I know that you work in this area price range. This is what my clients are looking for. If you have something coming up, let me know. Some of them were very busy agents. I was like, I don't think these people are going to respond. Almost everyone responded.
Aww.
They all told me yes or no, or what they had, or that they would keep me in mind. But I'm like, that went great.
Yeah, they didn't have to respond.
And I was able to tell my buyer, I reach out to all these extra people besides just what you're seeing online. So everyone wins.
Extra networking.
Yeah. It never hurts to network.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess depending on the networking.
I went on a listing appointment earlier this year, and it was a competing listing appointment. They interviewed 3 of us.
Okay.
And it was a tough interview. I was questioning, do I want this listing? I don't know, because it was a very unique seller. I loved the house and the location, though. So I thought it was a good house. I was like, I can get this sold. Like, I hope I get it.
Yeah.
And then I was informed I did not get it.
You're like,
and I was like,
and I
dang.
didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Oh, well. So then I see it come on the market, and it's my friend. I'm like, okay. So he got the listing. And I think I even messaged him.
Yeah, like,
and was like, hey, good luck with that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I would check on it every now and then and just be like, hey, how's it going? And he would say, oh, it's, going this way or that way. And the seller actually has been fine. And, well, don't you know, I get a email from a buyer that I have been working with, and it's to go see that house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Been there before.
Yeah, I know. I'm very familiar with the house. I think it's a great house. So we go see it, and they love it. And we bought it.
I love that.
And I was telling the agent, I said, how funny would this be if this all worked out?
Right.
And it did.
And did the seller behave normally to you? Like,
he actually signed remotely.
So you never saw him
got
again.
To see him at the table.
Oh, I wonder if surely he put 2 and 2 together.
I don't know.
Or maybe
it was
not.
Funny though.
Okay.
But we ended up, I took a picture with his sign at the final walkthrough.
Yeah.
And we tagged each other, and he made a post and I made a post, and it was just fun. But it didn't have to be that way.
No.
I could have been like, oh my gosh, you got that listing?
Right. Could have been very awkward.
Now I hate you.
Which is sort of the flip of the story that you had recently where you were the second agent.
Yes.
And the first agent ended up bringing the buyer.
So that one, okay, I will say, I made a carousel post of this story. And I was not expecting the
It's
response.
Been viewed like 30,000 times.
Yeah, it has over like 1,000 likes.
Maybe y'all do like sweet feel-good stories.
Yeah, I think it made me realize there's not enough of them out there.
Yeah.
So when I made this nice story complimenting another agent on how he handled something, it went, I don't want to say viral, but viral-ish, you know?
Tell them the story again.
So I got a call to come do a listing appointment on a house that had expired.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up the house and I'm like, oh, this house is so cute. I love this area. I can't believe it's been on the market so long. And then I scroll to the bottom and I see who it was. And it's like one of my sweet friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh no.
I don't want to take your listing. But it was already expired.
But it was already expired. And
yeah,
I debated, like I didn't want to reach out and I didn't want to muddy the waters. I'm like, I'm just going to treat this like a professional business decision. I'm just going to go on the appointment.
Yeah.
So I go on the appointment and I'm asking the sellers, you know, what has your feedback been? Why do you think it hasn't sold yet? And there was like, they were living there originally. Now it's vacant, which I think made it a little helpful. And we did some staging, we did some stuff. But one of the days that I was there before it was on the market, I was just there maybe for photo day. And I took a picture of the front porch and posted it on Instagram. And agent number one saw it and commented, gosh, I missed that porch. Are you listing the house? And I sent back, I am listing the house. And I put like an emoji face, like, eek. And he was like, well, I'm just really glad they're in good hands. I tried so hard to get that one sold, but it did have some old house quirks.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy for me either, but it sort of opened the door. And I started being like, what do you think happened here? And he just started giving me all this advice. And I was like, these sellers said none of this. Like they didn't tell me about
what was really going on.
The neighbor doesn't always cut the grass. And, you know, some of the feedback that they didn't mention to me.
Okay.
So I got a lot of really valuable insight.
I mean, good on him for sharing.
He shared it all. And then I was like, well, what do you think about this above ground pool? And he's like, I think it's got to go. Like I said, I think so too. I said, we're going to just list it, but they're open to removing it. So anyway, we just sort of kept in touch. And when I listed it, he messaged me and was like, the staging looks amazing. It looks so great. I hope y'all sell it.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't sell. And, you know, the weeks are going by. I'm like, guys, we got to remove the pool. So we removed the pool. It was an above ground pool. We sodded the yard. We had new photos. I'm sending him before and after photos. He's like, wow, that looks so good. I always worried, you know, I think it would look good, but what if it doesn't? And I'm so glad it worked out. And so he was just very involved.
Yeah.
And then as we were approaching April 12th, I started getting really nervous because the stager...
I'm like, what happens on April 12th?
The stager had to come get the staging furniture.
I was going to go.
And it was so cute. You saw it.
I saw it.
And I'm like, if I can't sell this thing staged...
Vacant is not going to work.
Vacant is certainly not going to get it sold. So I said, I'm going to do everything I can between now and then. I had open houses every Sunday, which I'm usually against. But I was like, I need as many people in here before then.
Yeah.
Of course, the open houses did nothing. But
okay.
Then one day on like April 5th, I get a showing request. And it's agent number one.
Oh.
And I text him. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you showing like real buyers? He's like, oh yeah, definitely am. He's like, I think they're very interested. I'm like, how crazy would that be? He said it would be wild. So next thing you know, he sends me an offer. It's a pretty good offer. And I'm like, what in the world? So then I'm thinking, okay, I have to tell my sellers. They're going to see who it is. I don't know if it's not going to be a problem at all, but I just wanted to
point it out,
acknowledge it. And when he sent me the email, okay, let's say that their last name was Smith. Okay. His email was like, please see the attached offer, da-da-da-da-da. And he ended it with, let's get this done for the Smiths. And I was like, that's so sweet. Like, he knows them.
Yeah, they want to sell the house.
He worked with them a long time. So I called them. I said, hey, we have received an offer on your house. And they're
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, really? I'm like, yes. I said, guess who it's from? They said, who? I said, Mikey's clients. And they're like, what? And I was like, yes. And they were like, oh my gosh, is that weird? I said, I don't think it's weird at all because
He knows the house.
he's so excited.
Mhm.
I said, he was so excited to bring this offer
Mhm.
and to see this through. He knows what y'all have been through.
Yeah.
And we're all ready.
And so they were happy.
Yeah.
They
But
were
I
like,
think at first they were like, is this weird? And I
weird?
was like, no,
No.
it's not weird.
Could have been weird.
Could have been weird, but it's not.
No, it's nice that you put their mind at ease because they were probably like, oh, we feel weird. 'Cause
Yes.
We in our minds kind of fired you.
Yeah, like, is this weird? And then once I let them know, you know, he was excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. They were excited.
Everyone's so excited.
And then we made it to the closing table.
I love it.
And then me and Mikey took a picture together
Mhm.
and I made a carousel post.
Yeah.
That went crazy. And he kept texting me, how many more people are going to like this post?
A lot of people,
And I
buddy.
was like, it just keeps going.
Enjoy your moment in the sun.
It just keeps going. He was like, do all your posts do this? I was like,
No.
Nope. I said, I post a house for sale and I get like 4 likes. But I share a sweet story.
yeah.
But actually, like, even his broker reached out to me and was like, that was so kind of you.
Wow, okay.
Like, that was really cool
To shout him
to
out.
shout him out.
Well, he did a good job.
And like, we're not in the same company.
Shout out was worth it.
Yeah. Just, I think what it showed
Mhm.
me was the amount of people that reached out to me on a personal level.
Yeah.
One girl who I didn't even know, she's not in real estate at all. She's just a friend of mine, went to high school with him.
Oh.
And she private messaged me
Well, that's cute.
and was like, I loved your post so much. I actually went to high school with him and it's good to know he's still as nice as he was then.
I love it.
And I'm like, the
People were thrilled.
people were not only obsessed with this post, but they were private messaging me. I can only imagine his private messages.
Right.
Like, it was just a very eye-opening experience and it let me know that we're not sharing enough of the good because people are starving for it.
You know what? Let's also point to the fact that people are so interested and want to comment and DM and talk about this, which was a basically an agent to agent interaction.
Yeah.
It wasn't about a specific seller buyer situation. And it's the exact opposite to me of the I just won this award.
Yeah.
Like, here's my top producer plaque, medal, statuette, whatever.
Yeah.
But actual real other people, buyers, sellers, not just other agents, wanted to comment on this post.
Mm-hmm.
And this post was, in essence, you celebrating another agent.
That's all it was.
Not another agent celebrating themselves.
Nope.
You celebrating another agent.
And I think it just makes it that much more credible when somebody else will step up to the plate and say something about
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
They did a great job. We get these posts a lot in community that are so sweet. Like, I found a referral person for this, and they helped my aunt with XYZ, and they
Mhm.
were so great. I mean, I knew they would be, but they were.
Yes,
I just
yes.
I love that. That's so nice.
Like, people are really quick to take the time to complain
yeah.
or point out what you did wrong.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that you're just given a compliment or a praise for.
Right. And then all those people wanted to co-sign that. Yes, Mikey is great.
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
I think that's cute.
I know.
I love that. That's so positive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a sweet story. I had a first-time buyer, so cute, single fella. He was picking his home based on how close it was to get to LSU baseball games
Oh, nice.
to watch.
Oh, my
okay?
gosh.
He's just a fan. So I'm like, single guys are always the hardest to get a closing gift for because I'm like, I don't know what this fellow wants. But
Yeah.
I'm like, he's really into LSU baseball, so I really should get him something LSU baseball. And then I was like, oh, our friend Nikki, who is a realtor, her husband is like one of the most famous ex-LSU players.
Yes.
And I was like, Nikki, can I get Ben to sign something, like a ball or a card or a picture, whatever. I will pay.
Yes.
I just think that that's something he would like. And she was like, of course, I'll get the ball. She gets the ball, signs it to my client, and it's
Aw.
like, see you at the box, which is the
Aw.
name of the stadium,
Yeah.
and a little baseball card.
Aw.
And then she sends me a text picture of her husband signing the ball
Just that extra little
that I could
step.
show. And I was like, okay, well, what do I owe you? She's like, nothing.
Oh
I'm
my
so glad that
gosh.
we could help your. And so I was just like, she is another agent.
She's another agent.
She's helping me with my buyer client. Has nothing to do with her at all.
She's like, you have a client and we're going to make them happy
Let's
together.
make them happy. And my client was so cute. He's young. And this is a player from like the late 80s. So he wasn't even born yet. But I was like, do you know who this is? He's like, yes. I'm like, I know your dad will know because he goes to the games with his dad.
Yeah.
But he's like, yes, I know. And he's like, I'm going to 3D print a stand. And then I told Nikki, I'm like, he's got really excited and he's 3D printing a stand. And so like then he sends me a picture of his ball on the stand. And the whole thing was just sweet. Like,
It's just feel good.
so nice.
So kind.
So nice.
And it just, she could have said no. Or
Charge me a bunch of
charged
money.
you a bunch of money. Or why would I help you?
Right.
And it's like, we want to be the agents that are inviting,
Mhm.
welcoming,
Mhm.
encouraging.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have this listing right now in a neighborhood where there's 4 houses for sale.
Okay.
Luxury homes. So the day on market is high.
Yeah.
I'm the newest listing.
Okay. But they're all
And
like,
the
welcome to the club.
Yes.
Welcome.
And the 3 other agents, I knew 2 of them
Mhm.
just from the industry, and the other one I didn't know. But I said, after a few weeks on the market, no showings. I was like, guys, how would y'all feel about a neighborhood open house? We'll just all hold them open, and maybe we can get as many people there as possible. And the agent who I had never heard of just said no.
No, thank you.
Like, no, I don't want to. And I just feel like she missed out because me and these 2 other agents, we're still there, okay?
Mhm.
We've been on the market for a few months,
Mhm.
each one of them over a year.
Oh, no.
And we have hosted 2 open houses
Together. Mhm.
And we have a 3rd actually coming up.
Okay.
But it's so funny because one of the agents, the guy agent, he
Mhm.
stops and gets balloons for us.
Mhm. So sweet.
He gets balloons and he brings them to the sign.
You need balloons, Alissa.
Yeah, we got to get our balloons. And one day I had gotten to my listing early and the smoke detector was chirping. And I was like, oh dear,
no.
oh dear. And then he had just texted that he was stopping for balloons. Did we want one? I
Like,
said, well, if y'all get balloons, I want balloons. Can you grab a battery?
I need batteries also.
He brought me a battery. He got my balloons. And I
Right.
was
And
like,
technically, you're the competition.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, he's helping me.
Talk about community
He
over
could be
competition.
like, no, I want your smoke detector chirping.
Beep it up, girl.
Yeah.
That'll make mine look way better.
I want your house to be the annoying house.
No balloons for you.
And then, we're in this group text together, and one of them changed the background to balloons. And we started texting each other. I just got a showing request for Sunday. Did y'all?
And do they?
Sometimes. That I will say this. Our 3 houses,
They're different.
I think they're all 3 very different.
Yeah.
Have some similarities, but one has a pool, one has a huge yard, and
Mhm.
they're just all different.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the buyer.
Sure.
Mine is the smallest one.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a different price range.
Yeah.
But we had, and it's funny because during the open houses, we're just texting the group text. Just got this person,
Mhm.
they're coming your way. I told them to come to your house next.
Right.
And then I made a flyer with all of 3 of our listings on it. And I sent it to my database. And I just shared, the flyer was not branded to me. It just
Mhm.
had all 3 of our houses, all 3 of our information.
Yeah.
And then it had the subdivision name at the top. I sent it to them and said, hey, I emailed this to my database if you want to share it to your office
Mhm.
and, let's just spread the word.
Yeah.
And they were like, thank you so much for making the flyer. So It's just been a team effort.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be real sad, actually, when one of us...
somebody sells.
But I hope it's me.
Right. I mean, I'll be sad to leave the group chat, but I will.
Yeah.
I will
but
go.
I'm happy to go. I don't want to be here anymore.
I'm done.
But what is it? Misery loves company.
Exactly. Oh, my Lord.
When we were planning our second one, I said, okay, guys, it's been a few weeks. I think we might need to get another open house on the books. And the guy agent responded and said, okay, that date sounds good, but if mine goes under contract before then, I'll still come visit.
I'll even bring you a balloon.
Yeah, I'll bring you a balloon.
Here's a balloon.
Thank you. Have you ever stared at a blinking cursor trying to write an email to a client and thought, why is this so hard?
That's why we created Email Templates, a series of emails written for you by us. Real agents, not AI.
You'll have an email to send your client at each part of the process, so they have all the information they need when they need it.
And you answer their questions before they even have time to ask.
The template package comes with 12 buyer and 13 seller templates, plus 6 supporting attachment documents.
You'll save time, avoid mistakes, and deliver a consistent client experience that leads to more positive reviews, repeat business, and referrals.
Plus, you get lifetime updates, so as the business changes, your system will stay current.
Grab Email Templates 101 at hustlehumblypodcast.com/templates and work smarter, not longer. Okay, let's talk about when agents are thoughtful for you as the listing agent. We're going to do both sides. When your showing agent is thoughtful and gives you a heads up when something is happening at your listing.
Oh.
Especially and most often, typically, a vacant house.
Yes.
I remember going to a vacant house one time and the ceiling had fallen in.
Oh, my word.
Like a AC leak or something, and like this whole room was just like drywall on the floor, like a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
In this huge, enormous mess. And I was just like, there's no way they know.
No.
There's no way they know. Now, you could take this two ways. Well, I don't know. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
Or you call and you're like, hey, are you aware that there is a big hole in the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Or a dead snake in the living room?
Right.
Or what? I'm not telling you
a
you have
chirping
to.
smoke detector.
I'm like, you don't have to fix the problem, but you should at least be ready to raise your hand and be like, hey, there's a problem. Psst, there's a problem at your house.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want someone else to see this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone has broken into your listing, or like if something is wrong with the house and you show up, whether you know that you're the third showing that day or they haven't had a showing in weeks, you should call that listing agent and they are going to be so thankful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even pinpoint. It's happened to me so many times. I'm like, hey, did you know?
Nope, sure didn't.
X. And then I've also had it where a showing agent calls me as the listing agent to tell me something. And they're like, did you know this? And I'm like, no, but 4 people went today and you're the only one that told me.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, why wouldn't they tell you?
Now that you say that, just this past weekend, my listing had 3 showings.
Mhm.
And the last one that went said, it is so hot in there.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Like it's not just that the AC is not, it's blowing hot air. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And we had 2 other showings today. So I actually messaged those agents and they were like, oh yeah, it was hot in there. I'm like, you weren't going to let me know?
You were not going to harp on bad behavior today. However, do the good thing.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Be a team. You are a team with everyone in the industry. We're all working together to accomplish the same goal.
When it's somebody I know and feel comfortable with and I'm showing their listing,
Yeah.
I always try to give as much feedback as possible that's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the seller gets the feedback form.
Yeah.
Then I usually like to follow up with either an email or sometimes a voice note.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I just showed one of my friends' listings and I left feedback and then I sent her a voice note that was like, listen, I tried to be
Kind-ish.
direct and kind, but kind in the feedback I left your seller. But you need to know it was bad. Like the oven was completely sticky. Their cats were too friendly and my people do not like cats and the cats were rubbing all over our legs. Like it was not a good showing experience.
Right.
And I just wanted you to know because you're my friend.
Right.
And she said, I actually was so excited that you were showing my listing today because I remember after the last listing, you sent me a voice note.
She was waiting for you. I was waiting.
She was like, I just knew you were going to give me good feedback.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Okay, I love that. All right, let's talk about the vice versa. When the listing agent is helpful for you, when you're like, hey, I'm out of town and my buyers really need to see your house, and you can't find anyone to help you, and the listing agent's like, yeah, I want to get this thing sold.
I'll show for you.
Happy to show it.
Happy to show for you.
I don't need money. I need to sell this house.
Yeah. I've had that happen once where I was out of town. House pops up. They're so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to call someone in my office to show for me, but first I wanted to call the listing agent to gauge the situation. Like, how many showings do I need to get them there right now? Because they seem so.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, I'm out of town. My clients just messaged me. They are very eager to get over there. I will find someone in my office, but what's going on? And she said, it's crazy. We have a lot of showings. If they want to get in, I'll go show them for you. I was like, what do I owe you? She's like, nothing. Just tell them to meet me there at 2:00. I'll show for you. And you just let me know, if they like it.
Did they buy the house?
This was many years ago, and I can't
don't remember. But that's nice that she did that even when she had a lot of activity. It wasn't like she was desperate.
I did not even know her.
Wow.
This was not a friend of mine.
She was like, I'll go do it.
Yeah. I said, I can't tell you how thankful I am for that.
No doubt.
My buyers messaged me after. I do remember them being like, we like it. She was so nice. Like, thank you for arranging it. I don't remember what happened. It's been a long time.
Okay. Well, that's good though.
Sometimes people are in a bind, and if you are able to help, there's no harm in helping.
Okay. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do you want to do this last topic, which is when people leave the office, when your friends leave you?
Oh, the brokerage hopping, you kind of said it best earlier that recruiting used to be such a huge, huge thing that was pushed because the market was so good and stock prices were high.
Look at my stock prices.
Or whatever the case may be. I feel maybe I'm just not being recruited as much because I've made my stance known.
You're like, I'm going nowhere.
Not leaving, but...
Also, half the agents are now at the same company as you.
Because they bought everybody.
They just keep buying.
They just keep buying. You want to join? We'll buy you.
I can't recruit you. I'll just buy you.
Yeah, who knows? But I feel like, an example. I'll give you an example why this one was on the list. I had a friend who reached out to me, not in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, you're like the best agent I know. I wanted to ask your advice, pros and cons of different companies, like this and that, this and that. Here's the deal. I do not want to be an office that gets paid for recruiting people.
Yeah, that's just not what you want to do.
It's not my vibe. I want to make my own money.
Right.
I don't want a piece of your pie. I want to make my own pie. Okay. So I say that to say when I am telling people the pros and cons, it's from an honest place.
Sure.
I'm not trying to sell you because I'm not making any money.
You have nothing to gain.
Nothing to gain.
Other than a friend.
Right. Nothing to gain from where you go.
Sure.
But after I spent all this time like helping her, I found out on Facebook through an announcement that she like joined some random brokerage that
she just never followed back up with you.
No. And I kind of was like, why didn't she like my office? I thought
that went well.
I thought, and it, again, not because I needed money, but then I thought, she doesn't owe me that. Like it would have been nice to know, but I wanted to reach out, congratulate her.
Okay.
I said, congrats, all of that.
You opted for the community angle.
I did.
You were
but for a second, I was like, oh, I don't love that she didn't like
tell me.
But then the same thing I think happens when people take it personal when somebody leaves your office.
Oh, yeah.
I have been in one place since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of people that revolve in and out the door.
And come back again. That's why the exit is so important.
Yes.
Because in the office I was in for a long time, I saw people leave both ways. They leave and it's very nasty and both parties are mad and it's like a war.
Yeah.
And then they leave and they never come back.
Never.
And I've seen people say, I'm leaving for XYZ. It's very amicable departure. And then a year or two later, bebopping right back through the door.
Yeah.
But and knowing that was my broker, the same broker both times, I don't think it was her.
Mm-mm.
Because it doesn't make sense that she would be mad about one person leaving and not about another, right?
Sure.
So I think it really is, if you're choosing to leave, right, how did you tell them? Did you go talk face to face? Did you have clear points? Were you kind? Did you tell them thank you for all they had done?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say, maybe I will be back? I don't know. I want to try this, but I've loved it here or whatever. And then you're welcome. And then the broker will be like, you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Anything I can say to keep you? No? Okay. Please come back.
And I think that's why we have people come back a lot.
Yeah.
They think the grass is greener.
Right. Connie's like, give it a try.
Give it a try. Go for it. I'll see you soon. We have a Christmas party in our office every year. That's just my favorite. And we had an agent leave early November.
Okay.
And I was so sad about it. Like, happy for you. It's not going to affect our friendship at all. But it was a sad thing.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think it was the right decision, but she had to find that out for herself.
Okay.
Well, Connie knew I was real sad about it and kept checking on me. Like,
are you okay?
It's like, go to a photo of the empty desk, sad music plays, But Connie kept checking on her. How's it going? Are you okay? Are you settling in? And then she realized she forgot something crazy. Like, she forgot something in her company email, which had been shut off. Our secretary got the IT guy to restore her email for 24 hours. Most brokerages are like, no ma'am, you left us.
You're done.
Your email is shut off effective immediately. We're taking everything.
You're done.
You're done here. But like, to see how this went, just was really sweet. And then Connie called her like the week before the Christmas party and was like, I'm just checking on you. How are y'all doing? How are your holidays going? And the agent just started crying.
Oh, no.
I was like, I just want to come back.
I made a
She's
mistake.
like, well, come back.
Yeah,
and she's like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to come back because I'm embarrassed. And she's like, girl, nobody even realizes you left yet.
Right.
Just get over
come back.
here and come back. And she was like, really? Okay, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And she came back. And it's like, it's just so funny because the Christmas party, we had this one agent that she was so funny. She's like the life of the party. And she also had a specific tie to LSU, Louisiana State University.
Okay. Because
of that, and because of an opportunity that she had, she was almost kind of forced to switch companies.
Oh.
Because of a big transaction that LSU wanted to use her for, but you had to be at another office.
Okay.
So we were all really sad that this agent was going to switch brokerages.
Yeah, but really she was like, I got to do it.
I got to do it.
Okay.
And we're like, she's like, I hate to do it. I'm going to miss y'all. Well, as we approach, this was a different year.
A different year.
As we approach the Christmas party.
Boy, that party is very important.
It is very important. We're all like, and this agent was like kind of the life of the party.
We're like, we can't have the party without you.
I know. We're like, we're just, we're all sitting in the office talking about the Christmas party. And we're like, it's just not going to be the same without her. And someone's like, goes to Connie and they're like, can we just invite her, please? Connie's like, I mean, she doesn't even go here anymore.
But she doesn't work here.
She doesn't work here. It reminded me of Mean Girls. She doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
But we're like, but we really want to just invite her. Maybe she can't even come. But if she comes, it would be fun. Connie's like, whatever. And so we invited her and she came and we had the best time. And she never came back because she couldn't.
She had to stay gone.
But it was so nice. And now that agent can say, those people are the classiest.
Right. They wanted me around even when I left.
Yeah. And I think that this is such a big message out there for the brokers. Yes, it is very tough out there for agents right now. Agents are competing against each other. They're comparing themselves. But I can't tell you how many new brokerages there are.
Yeah.
And as a new young broker to the business, I imagine you work so hard to recruit someone. And when you lose someone, it is like a punch in the gut.
For sure.
But you have to channel that long-term vision.
Yeah.
How do I want to end this relationship? How do I want to be talked about?
Yeah. How do you want people to remember you?
That agent is going to go to their new company and they're going to talk about you.
Yeah.
What do you want them to say?
She was so kind and gracious.
Yeah.
She wished me luck.
Yeah.
She wished me well.
She said that the doors are open if I ever needed to come back.
Right.
And you just never know.
You never know.
I wish I would have kept count how many people left and came back.
Oh, same.
We, at our Monday meeting, we said, we went around because we had so many new people. And they were new agents too, but a lot of them had started somewhere else. And we said the new tagline needs to be, I wish I would have started here.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, but it's like, you be that broker that we're not going to, you know, put down the other brokerages that you came from.
Yeah.
We're not going to put down the brokerages that you're choosing to go to. We are just here to support you in any way we can. And if we're a good fit, then great. But look, it's hard. Real estate is hard no matter what. So it's just going to be a lot better if you're nice.
I agree. That's a really good place to end.
Yeah.
Just be nice.
The end.
Okay. I don't think we have a toast today, but remember, if you want to send in a toast, team@hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Yeah. Send us one. We'll read it.
Send an audio, a video.
If you want to send a video toast, we will put your video.
You'll be on the show
at the end of our YouTube as the toast.
Yeah.
You know, we YouTube all our episodes. So you could be on our YouTube. Or we could just use your voice if you want to send an audio toast.
I like that too.
Either way.
Okay, great. You're all good today?
That's it.
Good. Okay. Y'all be nice out there.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Wait, before you go, if you enjoyed this episode and if we brought you value, take a minute to rate the show, leave a review, or drop a comment.
We are giving away our best stuff for free. Find it at hustlehumblypodcast.com/freebies.
We'd also love to see you in Hustle Humbly community. Join us there at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership.
We love chatting with you in our DMs. Find us on social media at Hustle Humbly Podcast and say hello.
If you have an episode topic or someone you'd like to toast on the show, please email us at team@hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly Podcast. See you next week.